Okay, so this is the main entry coming from the city center. Easy shot to get to the main part of town. This is a prime location if you want to be in Sulmona, and this is the spot to be. So let's check out the stairwell, which is all historical, all original stuff, and it's beautiful how they made it. So come and check it out. So we have the original stone stairs, which are really beautiful. They're just amazing. We got a beautiful landing. Doors made of wood, original wood, going out to a small balcony. It's just amazingly beautiful how they're done. Now here, these stairs are done with the old wood, which I haven't seen before, which is really beautiful. Very well maintained. Just beautiful. Come on in and let's have a look at it. So the first thing that you notice when you get in, you have a nice entry room that is very bright with amazing ceilings. Look at these ceilings. I mean, they've got the vaulting going on, and then they have the detail, which is really nice. There's a little section here for storage, and it's got a small tiny sink, so you could put potentially your laundry stuff here. So you'd have to figure out how to put a washer or dryer, and there's some plumbing in here, but that would be one option. So this is a nice little room. It's got a nice little pantry. I guess you could potentially make this your kitchen if you wanted to, but for now it is just a nice little entry area. You could put a desk maybe here or whatever you want. Maybe a lounging area. It could be several things. I would probably, the way this flows, make this a small kitchen with laundry. That way it gives you some more option. But so in the next room, this is what currently is the kitchen. Like I said, the way this flows, for me, it would be maybe a little different where I would put a smaller kitchen out there and make this the lounge area. And you'll see as we get further in where that starts making a little bit more sense. Currently, this is a nice sized kitchen if you wanted to keep it that way and make that just a small lounge area. Obviously, the kitchen has to be redone. This is fairly old. Everything seems to be still in working condition. So the one thing that we found out is that the furniture are not staying with the property. So one of the things that is very common in Italy is that part of the furniture is actually the kitchen. So if they're taking the furniture, that means there will be no kitchen in here, which is fine because this one is fairly dated and kitchens aren't very expensive here and you can just do whatever you want to. If you look at the flooring, the tile is real nice throughout the entire building. It's been well maintained. And it's the same tile throughout, I think, the entire apartment. Looking out the window, you're looking out into the small courtyard of the old town style buildings. It's not much of a, big view that you get from here, but you get to see some of the old, rooftop style and a tiny courtyard. One thing that doesn't come with this is a cantina or anything, so it is literally just an apartment, but it is located in the middle of Sulmona. So let's keep on going to the back section of the apartment. This is where they have the main bedroom, and that's why I was saying if you could shift the kitchen area to the front, living in here where you have a big window and have a little bit more area, and then the bedroom back here. For me, that would make most sense, but everybody's different, so that'd be something to figure out. But the bedroom is pretty good size. It's got a pretty good dresser in here, and it's got a good sized bed with two nightstands. So you have the light switches next to the bed, which is really nice. It's also got a dresser. It's got a little bit of built-in storage here that probably needs to be redone. It's in a little bit of a rough shape, but I think that's pretty cool because you can actually put some stuff away in here that is inside the wall and out of the way. So that's pretty nice. Again, same tiles. It looks pretty good. It will need a paint job, but you could pretty much move in. One thing that we've noticed is they have a new pocket door that they've put in. So that means that this wall is a temporary wall. So you could potentially open this wall up, but you have to check with the geometra to do those things. And they put a little bit of a window up there just to get some light into that and qualify it as a bedroom. But you could open this up and make this a little bit more open. And then with the ensuite, which it gets a little weird because you still have to go from the living room then through the bedroom. That's probably why they pulled this up and put a pocket door in. But again, you have some options here. Another big window to keep things bright. And then let's follow back in here, which is the bathroom. It has a really cool little door. The entry is a little small. So I am, again, 5'10". I can get comfortably right through this door without bumping my head. You get much taller than that, you're gonna have to duck in here. So keep that in mind. The door is also fairly thin. So for me, being a little bit, bigger person, it barely works for me. So if you're getting any bigger, this is something to keep in mind because it is the only bathroom. So following in here, this is actually the only place where the tile on the floor is different. And also on the wall, it is very pink. It is actually not too heavy of a pink, not my cup of tea, but it's not something that you would have to pull out right away. This is in good condition. The sink is in good condition. The toilet, the bidet is in good condition. The tub is in good condition. This is not something you would have to redo right away. This is something that you can just, start using. In general, this whole apartment is ready to use. What I would do is probably put some paint up because it has been emptied and closed up. So you see a little bit of flaking of paint that is common with these places when they get closed up. But it's, ready to move in and start doing things as you live in it. This is a very nice place. It's a pretty roomy bathroom. For me, I would probably eventually put a shower in that corner, which would be a fairly big shower for Italian means, but we're not much bathtub people, so shower would be for us in that corner. But other than that, this is very roomy. I mean, two people could actually use this bathroom fairly well. So you could put a his and hers sink even in here if you needed to move the sink over just a tiny bit. That's pretty nice. It is a pretty low ceiling, but other than that, it is wonderful. This is a great apartment. So let's move back out and get a couple more things on the details of this place. The size of the apartment is 66 square meters, which is a decent size for being at the center of Sulmona in the old town. And the price for one bedroom, one bathroom is pretty amazing. We've been shopping around this area for quite a while. It's 40,000 euros, which is insane to think that you can still pick up something where you can literally move in and drop your bags and just start, replacing some things. But everything is usable, right? There's nothing here that really needs to be done, like emergency repairs. It is an old boiler that definitely needs to be looked at if it needs to be replaced. But from what we understand, most of the stuff in here is working. The heating elements on the wall, I'm not sure if you want to keep those or if you want to update those. But again, it's 40,000 euros in the center of Sulmona. That is hard to beat. You're going to struggle to find something. There is a tiny condominium fee in this building. From what we understand, it's roughly 20 euros. We're still verifying if that number is correct. If we hear anything different, we'll put it down in the comments. But this place is a steal. If you're looking for something downtown, I would definitely jump on this. For that price, you're not going to find anything in this condition. We've looked at several places that were higher in price and were definitely not a place where you could move in. You would have to do renovation before you actually start spending the night there. This place, you can spend the night here and just live your regular day in, day out and just go at it at your own pace. So we'll catch you in the next episode where we'll introduce some more houses and see what the quality is of them. But again, thanks for watching.